Hello, people. A couple things I want to talk about. I have an update on Sammy Gravano and how he's doing. And people said to me yesterday, "Oh, you don't know what's going on with Sammy Gravano," like I was making it up. So today I'll show you that I'm not making it up, just so you guys are convinced uh, that I know what's going on with Sammy Gravano. And you know, this is one thing that we have to start understanding, people. Us people that have these shows, we all we have a responsibility to our listeners. And one of them is, I notice not many people are talking about Sammy Gavano's illness, how he's doing, or not even making an effort to check. And it has nothing to do whether you think Sammy Gavano's a rat or not. The fact of the matter is, right now in the mob genre, Sammy Gavano's the number two guy behind Michael Franzese. And this is stuff that people should actually be going out and trying to find out. I mean, if we want to be taken serious as podcasters, we have to act the part. So when I come up and I say, "Oh, I have an exclusive, something I want to present," remember one thing. I'm just trying to give you guys information that you may not know. It's not for any other reason. And if I break something, it's because I'm out there hustling. That's what we're supposed to do. And we got to get away from the drama and shit. Listen, I was involved in a lot of the drama. I realized that. But as you people know, I'm not now. And I've been putting out product. That's why, once again, I had a great couple days with my interview and I'm talking about views, my first update on Sammy, and also on on Hootie. And another thing, just because I interview people don't mean I'm friends with them. And just because I show something or talk about something like Sammy Gravano doesn't mean that I'm in Sammy's camp. It means that I'm trying to give you guys information. And, and I'm basically saying this for other people that are in other chat rooms and come into this chat room with little wise ass remarks. I'll leave your remarks in there and I'll answer them as long as you're respectful about that. But remember, this is why I do it. And if your guy's not doing it, if your guy's not going out looking for that information, that's on them. But this guy goes out looking for it. With that, let me talk. Okay, Sammy. Now, Sammy was very sick in the beginning of the week, and then he went to the hospital. And I'm just going to release this right here. This is just so you understand what he's doing. And this is as of yesterday. And this is from Sammy's people. He's doing a lot better today. They didn't keep him overnight in the hospital. They sent him home with a prescription, antibiotic, and he's feeling a lot better already. So that's where we stand right now. Because Monday he was very sick. A matter of fact, on Monday, basically they said, "Thank you. He's still sick. He's had it for 2 weeks already." And, basically the answer was, yeah, he's old. That's why it hits the oldest the worst. And anything you see crossed out in this, I did it for security purposes. And I don't want people to know my business, who it's from, or any of that stuff. So as of yesterday, Sammy has gone home. He is on antibiotics, and he has had other things done for his COVID. So that's what I'm releasing right now to let you guys know that. And I guess you'll know too because he hasn't been on for a couple weeks, and he has a couple things scheduled coming up, and we'll see. And my concern about the whole thing is, heck, I'd love to get an interview with Sammy, and I'm working on it. I'm not one of these. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to be like one of these people. Oh, he snitched. I'm not going to interview him. That's stupid. Everybody deserves to be interviewed. Because we interview people doesn't mean we agree with them. These are our channels, and we have the right to run our channels the way we want. If people don't like the way we run our channels, they don't have to watch. They don't have to come into the chat room. They don't have to make a remark. They could just not bother. It's real simple. And this is how I'm going to run my show, and this is how I'm going to continue. So you put your little wise ass remarks from people from other shows. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. So you can make your little wise remarks, but you know what? Any remark you make, you can make. But I'm pulling out the information that people really want to know about. And a lot of people don't like Sammy, but they still want to know about his health. A lot of people might say, I hope the bastard dies, but they still want to know about his health. I also got 2 other stories coming up that I'm working on. And I wanted to let you know about both stories. And the work, and when I'm working on them, I'm getting information I've never had before. And the more I research on the mob, the more fun it becomes. Because I learn things that I'm not a mob historian, but maybe someday I will be. And right now I'm not. And if I don't know something, I pick up the phone and I'll call somebody. But my 2 stories, I got one story coming up on Joey Calco. Now, Joey Calco was a member of the Bath Avenue Boys. He wore number 7. And let me explain also. Jimmy Calandra knows more about the Bath Avenue Boys than I will ever know. But I'm covering this story because I find it an interesting story. It has nothing for me trying to be disrespectful to Jimmy. Okay, so Jimmy, I realize you know more about the Bath Avenue Boys than me, but I did some research and I'm going to talk about it. I find Joey Calco a very interesting character. Why? Because he committed 2 murders. And then when things got hot and heavy, he testified against Anthony Sparrow. And he was one of the guys that put Anthony Sparrow away. And not only that, so you got this Joey Calco, 2 murders. The government lets him out. He barely does any time. He goes down to Florida. And he opens up a place called Goomba's Pizza. And I'll be showing you all this information when I do the story on him, which I'm working on right now. Some guy comes into a pizzeria. They start arguing over the calzone. The guy wants his money back. And what does Joey Calco do? Joey Calco, even though he was given a break in life to get his shit together, decides to take a gun, jump the counter, pound a guy in the head with the gun, and he wind up going back to prison for 13 years. He's currently out now. That's fascinating stuff, people. I find that stuff interesting. So I'm going to talk about Joey Calco, his murders that he did commit, how the government let him out. I mean, let's put it this way. Jimmy Calandra got a deal, but Jimmy Calandra didn't blatantly go out and kill 2 people. This guy did. This guy was a killer. This is the guy that put the bullets in Paulie G's head. So, okay, and also, let's see. I am also going to do a story on Ronnie G Giallanzo. Now, Ronnie G, we'll call him Ronnie G because you guys know how I am with names. He was an acting captain, and he lived in the Howard Beach area. And fascinating character. He's currently in prison, and one of the people to testify against him was Gene Barillo. And I'm going to do a story on him. I'm not going to pull no punches. Am I friends with Gene? Yes. Did Gene rat on Ronnie G? Yes. He ratted on both the bosses. And one went to prison, got out during the COVID era, and is currently out. And then you got Ronnie G, who's a fascinating character because he was made at a young age. And this is what I find fascinating about him. He was made at the end of the 90s, I believe. And he was best friends. He was very close, I'll show you this, with Gene. And so they did everything together. He took Gene underneath his wing. And then slowly, like most gangsters do, they started having a fallout. There were promises made that weren't kept. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about why they became enemies, literally on the street, and why Gene Barillo took, I think, $250,000 from him and took off to Florida. So that's interesting stuff, people. This is the stuff I want to talk about. And this is the stuff I'm going to talk about. Just trying to give you good quality shows. And after I discussed this stuff between Ronnie G and Gene Barillo, I'm going to be giving you information that nobody else has. I'm not going to be giving you information that's written, in a blog somewhere or something that's already out there. I'll give you information about the whole thing with Ronnie G and Gene Barillo and the falling out, the crimes they committed in the street, the crimes that people don't talk about. There was a lot of stuff given. I'll give you an example. Gene Barillo wrote a book. The book came out. A lot of stuff was taken out of there because he wasn't allowed to have it in there. It was cut out. We're going to talk about that stuff. And this is me doing the research. And this is me putting the story together, and I'm going to give it to you. And the other day, Jeff Nadeau did a story on Gene Barillo, which was a very good story. Got a lot of views. A lot of people wanted to see it. That's why I'm doing it. Because there was a lot of stuff that was said. Well, not a lot of stuff that was said by Jeff, but Jeff put the stuff out there and talked about, he gave it in a good way. He didn't glorify Gene for what he did. Gene ratted, let's face it. There's nothing we could do to change that, but he did. And he never says otherwise. So I'm going to take Ronnie G, put him with Gene Barillo, talk about exactly what happened and what happened when they went to court, how much time people did in court, why people gave evidence. We have to remember, you got to remember, not only did Gene testify against Ronnie G Giallanzo, he testified against Vinny Asaro, who was a huge guy. So people that think that they say, okay, they'll make remarks like, oh, he was just in the street, but he wasn't anything. But if he wasn't anything, why was he able to testify against those two? He didn't testify. He gave evidence against both of them, and they both took plea deals. But the fact of the matter is, why was his stuff so damaging to those two guys? Why? Because he knew them. It's like we have to, our job as podcasters is not to side one way or another. Our job is to actually put the right information out there. Exactly why, and not to favor nobody. And that's what I'm going to do. So I hope that you guys are looking forward to these stories. Joey Calco will be coming out this week. And Ronnie G will be coming out this week. Those are going to be the two stories I'm working on. And if the Ronnie G is a long story, it might be a two-parter. I'm not sure yet. And also, there's been a lot of talk about things I'm doing. And yes, I am. I got 2 interviews lined up now. 2 interviews with people that are very popular. One of them is the 25th of February. And the other one, we're working on a date right now. And these interviews will be done on this channel and another platform, a very large platform. So I'm looking forward to that. What sucks is I'm at my age. I'm getting a break in life, but I'm my age. I wish I was 40. I wish I was 35 and I was getting these breaks. And people, I apologize for not taking this more serious sooner, because I probably would have gotten more breaks. But once I put up my website, I seen a dramatic change in my numbers. how many people I pick up as subs. This month is, in the last 30 days with subs, I picked up over 300 subs, which is incredible for a month. Legitimate subs, no games. I don't buy. And these are silly rumors that people that buy subs like to say about people that don't buy subs. Putting up good product gets you people subbing. I have people that unsubbed to me when I was doing all the drama that are coming back now. And it's fun as hell to be doing these stories. And I'm really enjoying the hell out of it. And I'm going to give you some stories that are going to cause some controversy, might piss some people off, but that's my job. I'm supposed to piss people off. I want you guys to watch a story and say, damn, fuck him. But that was a good story. And with that, people, just a little short video I'm going to be dropping. Sammy, let me go over real quick. Sammy Gravano, out of the hospital, at home, turned the corner. Okay? And that's exclusive information from that camp. And that doesn't mean I'm working for them, even though people will say that, or I'm friends with Sammy, which that does not mean. That means I'm on the ball. Okay. And then on top of that, we're going to, I told you my 2 stories this week. One of them is going to be on Joey Calco, Bath Avenue Boys. He was one of the badasses. There were 3 badasses in that group. The 3 tough guys was Tommy Reynolds, Joey Calco, and of course, Ronnie. I'm sorry. Yeah. These guys were just tough guys. Okay. And also, Ronnie G Giallanzo. It's Paulie. I'm sorry. So we're talking Paulie G and the Bath Boys. Okay. Ronnie G. I'm going to be doing a story on him and his relationship with Gene Barillo, what happened, what split them up, why Gene gave testimony, and what his testimony did to Ronnie. As you know, Ronnie's still in prison. But Ronnie made a lot of mistakes too, like buying a $3 million house in the middle of the city, basically saying F you to the feds, and it backfired. They took the house from him. And people still passed the house, and it's still sitting there, and it's owned by somebody else. And now I think it's worth $4 million. Okay. Well, that's it for now. Those are going to be my stories. I'm looking forward to doing them this week. Please look for them, people. And thank you for everything. If you have not subbed yet, please sub. I'm almost at 3,000, just a few away. I think like maybe 80, a little bit under 8, over 80. So please, if you haven't subbed, give me that opportunity. I'd really appreciate it. Like my video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Look for my next story tomorrow and the next day. I'm going to put 2 of them out this week, and I will do a live somewhere along the line. Thank you.